Welcome back to Studio 41, brought to you by the Hummingbird Stage and Taproom.
Welcome back to Studio 41. We're here at the Hummingbird Stage and Taproom today visiting with Fester Hagood. He's part of our Roots Rock showcase, and we're going to get to know Fester a little bit, talk about what makes him tick. How are you doing today?
Doing great. Good to see you.
Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate that.
Oh, it's a thrill to be back in this room.
The first thing I want to ask you about is, where did you come up with a name like Fester?
Well, I didn't come up with it. When I was a freshman in high school, I played football, and they used to initiate all the freshmen at football camp. And the first day, I broke my ankle, so they couldn't dunk me in the toilet or chase me around or anything. So they shaved my head, and all the coaches started calling me Uncle Fester for some reason.
Well, and it stuck.
It stuck, and I ain't had a haircut since.
What does your mom call you?
Mama calls me Fester most of the time, unless I'm in trouble. You know.
I had in my notes that you've written over 300 songs.
Yep, thereabouts.
What kind of songs are they?
All kinds of stuff, all kinds of weird stuff, a lot of country, bluegrass, gospel, comedy stuff, just whatever comes out of me, and can't be put in any kind of category.
All right, you play guitar.
Yes, sir.
What kind of guitar do you have?
I got a Takamine. I keep it tuned down a whole step to kind of help me out with my gravelly voice. But
right. Did you ever have any formal training or music
not
classes in school?
especially. No, I took about a month's worth of lessons and learned my chords, and then kind of taught myself, which explains my weird style.
Okay. Well, we're going to get to take a look at your weird style again here in a little bit. If you were going to take your songs and just put them in a box, if you will, what would you say? Is this going to be country music we're listening to? Is this bluegrass? Some of all, a little bit a little bit more of some than others, or what?
Really, Roots Rock's a good description of what I do. I like to call it Southern music,
Right.
Because there's a lot of Southern rock in there, a lot of blues and gospel and country as well. But it's not what they call country nowadays, but I'd call it country.
Okay. Now you're from Bishop, Georgia.
Bishop, yep.
Nobody in the world knows where Bishop, Georgia is.
A lot of people pass through, but some of them blink and miss it. So.
That's close to Athens.
It is, probably 15, 20 minutes from downtown Athens.
Live there your whole life?
Pretty much so.
Right.
Yep.
Do you play anything besides guitar?
A little bit of mandolin, a little bit of harmonica, but I
Okay.
mostly consider myself a songwriter.
We've said roots rock a few times here. What does roots rock mean to you?
I think roots rock, Americana, and folk are all second cousins or so. It's really a really broad category to try to describe, but I'd say it's probably a rocked up folk.
Okay.
With definitely a southern twinge, like what was born here in Macon in the 70s.
Right. Now the Roots Rock Showcase, it's here at the Hummingbird.
That's right, yeah.
How did you get to be a part of that?
Daniel Neesmith got in touch with me.
Okay, now he's with Back City Woods.
City Woods,
Right.
yeah. And there's a whole bunch of good people I played lots of shows with on the bill, and I'm not sure if one of them suggested me or he found me on the internet or
Right.
seen me play somewhere, but lineup, it's going to be great.
Who are you bringing down here to play with Fester Hagood?
You know, I don't have anyone exactly pinned down, but I like to do it that way. I never play with a set list. I never know what's coming, and a lot of times I'll play songs that people don't know, and there's a certain magic in that. Certain laziness, too, about not wanting to practice.
So
but
no rehearsal?
well, maybe a couple rehearsals,
Okay.
but just for the bass player's sake, because
Right.
I play some weird keys. But I got a ton of really talented musicians. A lot of them are actually playing that night that I run around with, and just try to have a different lineup every chance.
Right.
know?
When you come down, you're going to come down as a three-piece, though.
Yeah, probably so. Probably
Okay.
3 or 4. So.
Now, you used to do your own show in or around Athens?
Yeah, at the world famous Nowhere Bar in downtown Athens, right across
Okay.
from the George Theater.
Is that still open? Or
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I haven't been up there in a long
It's
time.
been
so
20
I
or
don't really
25
know.
years now.
Okay, and tell me about that show a little bit.
Well, we'd come in, and every week we'd have 3 different artists from all over the South, really. And it was amazing the people we could get in on the small budget. And we'd broadcast an internet radio show on hounddogradio.net every
Right.
week as well for people listening all over the country. And we had some great people, singer-songwriter, and the main thing was it had to be pretty much all original stuff.
Okay.
And we had a good listening crowd that would come in every week and support us. And I did that for about 2.5 years. I had to take a couple breaks here and there for my daughter to be born, for one. And I also had some medical issues with a shoulder surgery that put me out of commission for close to a year.
It's hard to play guitar with shoulder surgery going on.
Well, my hand, I've lost all feeling in my right hand, so I'm kind of just, I can't feel the strings when I pick anymore. So
Uh-oh.
it took me a long time, took me over a month to get any feeling back in my arm. So
I'm looking forward to hearing you play again. I expect you've worked around the medical problems.
it's different. It's a little sloppier, or a little more roots rock, as they call it. But
Okay.
it's kind of added up. Had to learn a new way to finger pick, and it's been a rough couple years. That was about a year and a half ago when I had the surgery, and it was amazing. Musicians from all over the state put fundraisers together to help me and my family through this time, because I couldn't gig for a year.
Right.
And raised enough money to help my family out.
I appreciate you visiting with us today.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna go have a little commercial break,
Right on.
and when we get back, we're going to have Fester Hagood back on the stage here at the Hummingbird Stage and Taproom. We'll be right back with Studio 41.
You're watching Studio 41, brought to you by the Hummingbird Stage and Taproom.